Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Lufia 2 on the Mysterious JG. I'm done griping about, this is the first LP I've ever had, which has actually decreased my subscription count, and I'm ready to get on with the adventure. Now, I'm working on yet another LP that's being recorded off of like an old Windows 95 game, and therefore I've had to mess around a bit with my recording setup, so hopefully the sound mix here isn't too horrible. But what I'm going to do here first off is, as we see, we've got our party of Myra, Nikita, Ferris, the Actorigan, and of course, Potentate Polak, who has a P on his back, which is pretty awesome. And we're going to, well, I did some leveling off camera, but there's something that I did. I leveled at like the next dungeon along. So in order for you to see how I got there, I need to backtrack just a bit. We are in the port town where we actually got Potentate Polak as a party member. So we can now be the Potentate Polak party. But I'm having a hard time finding the thing that I thought I was heading straight towards. That's the lighthouse. I don't want to mess with this yet. Seems to me that if I went up here, talked to this guy, yes, the last storm was dreadful. I thought the roof would fly away. Fly away. Highway. Bye-bye. Talk to this guy. Are you the guy who wants to borrow a ship? Say no. Huh? Are you the guy who wants to borrow a ship? Are you the fish that wants to borrow a ship? Yes. Yes, you may borrow a ship. Last night in a dream, I saw a vision of a lovely goddess. She instructed me to loan a ship to a man who would come calling today. I realize that I probably don't look much like a religious man, or like much of a religious man, but there's no way I have the power to deny my lovely goddess. Yes, you may use my ship free of charge. I can't sail anyway. The last time I put to sea, I twisted my ding-blasted ankle. Ouch, I would collapse on those pitching decks right away. Oh, they're pitching decks, are they? Ouch, there it goes again. So tell me, are you making good use of my ship? Are you doing things that would please my goddess? Am I creeping you out? So anyway, folks, we went on up to here and wandered around in this particular dungeon to get more experience. And the point of this whole thing was that, oh, never mind, this isn't the save state in which I've done that, so forget it. But I also want to show you this real quick in case, I don't remember if I did this on the other save state or not, but, oops. I want to show you how you get the map, because there's a world map that you have to get at this point in the game. You don't have to, but I imagine it helps. And you get it by doing this. Hey, look who's here. By the way, would you care to buy a special item for 150 gold? No. I see. Doesn't anyone want to buy my interesting little piece of paper? You can't see the faces. I'll take the whole set for $5. So now if you say yes, you get, thank you, I have a very special parchment here. First receive the map of the seas. Use the map of the sea. And you get a world map, which we'll be using later. Now, it's time to hop onto the glass flying palace place thing. Because in fact, you do have to just manually jump onto it, but you've got to get a running start. Yes, did it on the first try. And now we're at the Castle of Illusions. Help, Jane! I didn't actually mean to do that. I just wanted to see what happened if you touched it. I didn't think you would automatically jump onto it and retreat without even getting it to ask the question. Help, Jane! So let's wander around in here for a while. Pretty cool music they got going. Oh, what am I saying? This isn't just pretty cool music. This is the music. Fly on silver wing. These guys don't do anything special that I'm aware of, but they drop air cards. Oh yeah, here's the big change, and we can listen to the music while I describe the change to you. Leveled up Ferris's spirits, right? But I also realized when I went to a spirit changing thingy-me-jugger, like I went to the spirit exchange place, that Ferris can now equip 3 spirits at once. And I think the deal is that he can equip half of the total spirits he has. So when he got 2 spirits, he could only equip 1. He had to get 4 spirits before they let him equip 2 at a time, if memory serves, because he started out with 3. Then when he got 6, he can equip 4. I think when I get all 8 spirits... I mean, when he got 6, he can equip 3. When I get all 8 spirits, he'll be able to equip 4. That'll be awesome. It's hypnotic. I can't... I just have to chill out with music plays. You know, if there is an eternity and an afterlife, and we ever find out the true secrets of the cosmos and how life came to be on Earth, I hope it turns out that it was the Rygans and that they created all life on Earth while in these super awesome labs that played some variant on this music. Anyway, Myra, as you can see, now has fully powered up her fire and gold spirits. Her void spirit, I haven't found enemies that drop that element yet. Surely there must be some later in the game. Don't call me Shirley. Because Ferris will eventually be learning that spirit. And it is the last one he learned. So I'm thinking maybe enemies near the end of the game use that. I don't know. But it's time for Polak and his party to move. Help me! I am Midia the Queen. She's Midia? I am Midia, the queen of this castle. She's Midia. It's Midia. She no longer has like purple hair and a little ponytail that I can see, but that's Midia, folks. Tina Midia, the Ray Chesney, the Avatar's Lady Love, she's been imprisoned here by the evil Granada. We gotta go save her. I mean, if Midia's here, that means that Ray Chesney, the Avatar's got to be part of this game somehow, some way. Let's get down there and talk to her. But first, let's look for treasure. I was watching. I gotta keep my voice down. I'm remembering now that the only way to hear the music very well in these videos is to crank the volume. And you can hear the music quite well if you do that, but then my voice gets too loud. So I'm going to try to keep it down. But what was I saying before I got transfixed by the music? Oh yeah, and I was watching Kingdom Hearts, and they Red and her friend and helper Bobo pretty much got to the what appeared to be, if not the last battle of the game, then certainly very close to the last battle of the game. And Red, after not beating it on the first try, decided to pull back and get more Trinity items. Even though, as far as I can make out, when the Trinity items include stuff like Oracalicum, whatever the heck you call it, was like the adamantium of those games. Never actually seen her use them. Okay, so we can push this thing. I'm thinking we probably have to push it onto that. So the trick here would be to find a way to push it onto that where we're not going to end up pushing it against a wall where we can't get it anywhere. Alright, so let's think about this before we do anything else. This is not just so I can listen to the music. We actually do want to puzzle this out. If we push it all the way to that wall on the left, we're not going to be able to then turn around and push it right again. So we've got to go through this little hole that's just to the right of Potentate Polak. then we'll be able to get to the left of it and push it. Now to get it through here, I'm thinking we can't push it along the path that our party's currently standing on, because then we won't be able to get underneath it to push it north. So I think I see what we gotta do. Alright, I'm getting sick of fighting you guys. The only reason I'm not using the peace spell is because I want to at least see all the enemies in this place once. Push it a little too far. Ugh. Oh, this is interesting. Well, we've got a palette swap of an earlier boss, and the Dark Chaser, which is what you take after you have a dark shot of dark liquor. And we've destroyed him. Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you anymore, folks. I actually fought in this place a little bit to level up. Also. And those enemies, the Dark Chasers, have an interesting attack that I'm kind of hoping we'll get to see at least once. But not this time, because it's these damn birds again. Okay, Nikita, I gave you some kind of bow weapon, I think, and it's sucking. So let's, Oh, I also sold a bunch of stuff, because it was taking up a lot of space in the inventory. Yep. Alright, so I heard that bow and arrow weapons can be effective in this game, but that just wasn't working for me, so maybe if another one comes up, we'll use it. Ugh. Getting old. I'm also at level... all my characters are now at level 30. Which I think is over-leveled by, 4 or 5 levels at the most. Probably not quite that much, but yeah, I do believe I'm slightly over the level curve that was suggested by the only fact for this game that actually goes through the entire game. There's a much more thorough fact that somebody started writing, but it doesn't even get you all the way out of Andal, and I believe from the date on the fact, it does not look like it's a work in progress. It looks like it's an abandoned work, so sad. Hey, what do we got here? Mega bottle. Alright. Getting better bottles is a big deal in this game. And you know who we gotta give it to. We gotta give it to Nikita, because she's the one who uses the bottle spell, which means that she's the one who actually has the capacity to heal multiple party members. So we've got to give her the best healing items. Nothing else makes sense to do. Alright, this one here, well, it's pretty simple. We got to push it down this way to start with. No, I didn't mean to push it. Push it. This one's actually a lot easier. We may have come across the most difficult one first. I really want to see that dark, whatever it was, chaser thing do its special goofy attack, so that I can stop fighting enemies here, period. It would be nice if the game would cooperate with me in that respect. Instead, it won't even let me encounter the damn things. It's kind of a neat idea for a dungeon, though. It's just flying over a skyscape, but because the dungeon floor is transparent, you're just seeing a skyscape, not skyscape, the landscape underneath you. We're in the sky. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Never mind, I didn't explain that very well. Okay, I'm going to have to get underneath this thing to push it up here. Then I can get on this side of it, push it over here. Yeah. Ah, see, that's what it does. It creates an image of a character in its little face. And you're supposed to get rid of it as soon as it does that. You'll see why in a minute, unless I defeat these things really quickly. Because it does really high damage to that character. So it seems to take it like 2 turns to attack. But it does this cool little image of the party member it's about to attack in there. The first time I ever saw it, it did it with Ferris. So I thought it was like, oh, maybe it always shows its image of Ferris to mess with you or something. But after that, it did an image of Potentate Pollock, and that was kind of amusing. No, he doesn't have magic. Now, however, we can start using the peace spell to just make this go a little bit faster. And so that we can hear the awesome music without interruption. That little sound suggests to me that we are doing the correct thing here. Sorry about that. Interfered with the music. Oh, we've also gone over 15 minutes. Well, let's finish this last bit of puzzlery here. They're once more capable of mounting an offensive, folks. And that way we'll figure that in the next video we'll either rescue Midia or find out what the next obstacle is before we can do that. Oh, it appeared that this is the simplest one of all. And I still almost goofed it up. So, yeah, this really ought to be it. We're now well over 15 minutes, but... I've also got to check on some. Looks like my work computer is making noise. Big download may have either completed or just failed utterly. Oh, looks like we can get to Midia. The Mega Ball? No. Mega Ball would have been better. So, folks, in the next video, we're going to find out, well, hopefully, quite a bit. I would think that if there's a character they're going to dump on you who's going to have a lot of plot insight, Midia is one of 2 who would really be able to tell you a lot. The other one being, of course, I think you know the answer to that question, Zagos. Anyway, see you next time, folks. Thanks for watching, and enjoy the awesome music.